And welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video I'm going to be forging a lot of artifacts. I have been going kind of crazy in the most recent artifact event. It is very early on in the event, but I saved up so many energy cans over the course of I think like 2 weeks that I just burn it all today. Artifacts are the like kind of area of the game that I kind of see there being a place where I can actively improve my account, and we have effectively got 100 summons on this Mythic Forge right now. I'm gonna do a 10 here as well, just because you do get like bonus of this tier on the legendary drops. It's not actually replacement drops, it's just bonus drops. We can get mythics. We'll see if we can get anything here. We get one. Euphoric Orb is absolutely fine. Now what I want from the main actual summons here is I really need Lunacy Visors, like a lot of them. I've done a lot of summons in the past on this, tons and tons. I need Lunacy Visors. I've got 2, but I need to max out 2, or at least get 1 very high. Then I can just change up my strategy and things like Immortal Codex, so on and so forth. So that's the main thing we want. Other than that, I'm not really, too bothered. Wailing Skulls would be nice. Tears would be nice. But we'll see. We'll see what we can get. I'm going to have to back out and sell from time to time. The first 10, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. A Shadow Gaze is actually not too bad, though. I think I'm working on a second Shadow Gaze anyway because of the new Codex. I don't think Siphon's going to be very good on the new Codex. We'll do the next one. Give us some more mythics. No mythics. No mythics at all. Well, it's going to be reasonably easier to sell these, I guess. But with no mythics at all. I think I've got around about 100 space, so I will have to jump out at some point. Okay, we get a Bright Root Ring, which I don't like very much. It gives, better healing effect when the character that's healing is at max HP, which, it's useful in certain things, but not in very many things. Skylight Hunt is nice. I maxed out my first one a couple of months ago. I got enough, I think, now to max out a second, but I don't think I really need to do that at the moment. It's not a priority for sure. Next 10. Now that's a big 10. Holy moly, what a 10. 5 in a row. 2 Wailing Skulls, a Realm Tear, and a Lunacy Visor. That's really lovely to see. Love to see the Lunacy Visor. 2 Wailing Skulls is mad. I think I need 1 more to max out my second Wailing Skull. And I definitely take that. That would actually improve my guild boss score a little bit because I have someone using a Wailing Skull that is not maxed out. So that's great. Realm Tear I don't need because I've got like 4 or 5 extra on top of a maxed out. I've got so many extra siphons and I've got 2 maxed out siphons. So not too bothered there. Tidal Ring is just kind of okay-ish. Not too great, but not too terrible. But what a temple that was. What a 10 that was. That was mad. And then because we had such an amazing 10, it's like the game's like, no, that's it. You don't get anything else. You don't get anything else. Okay, we're halfway. I can't complain. I've got 1 Lunacy Visor. If I can get 1 more Lunacy Visor in the next 5 temples, I will take it for sure. Let's see what we can get. And we get another Siphon. Honestly, Spirit Siphon is the one I've got the most. I think it is great, but there comes a point where I'm like, I've got enough. I've got enough to get a 3rd one completely maxed out. I don't think I need a 3rd one completely maxed out. At least not at this point. If I had Hex, maybe it would be good on him. And I've got Cetrum and Silas, obviously, for my guild boss team. So that's where it's mainly usable. But like I said, with this new Immortal Codex, Siphon's going to be less important because you have to get multiple hits against the same enemy consecutively to get the bonus. Whereas in the new Immortal Codex, you're like killing all these little things flying past, and then you've got to kill the tridents and stuff like that. So I think other things are going to become more important, like Idril's Gaze and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But we want the Lunacy Visors. We're going to get 1 here, Astral Obelix. Not a big fan. It's okay. I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be a character come out that can use it really well. It increases attack. If it increases damage, it would have been nicer because a lot of the tanks, because it is limited to defenders, are like defense-based damage dealers, so it needs to increase damage, right, for this to be actually any good. Because it increases attack, there's not many characters that are tanks that deal damage based off of their attack stat. Maybe Orim, and he's not, he's not that great, I don't think. The next one coming out, Another 10. Okay, this isn't too bad. Another Wailing Skull. I think that's a maxed out Wailing Skull. Secondary Wailing Skull. That's great. Frigid Flame is quite nice. It's basically the melee version of Siphon, where you hit consecutive hits and you will get stacked up damage. I think this goes up to 30% or 33%. It might be one of the two. So yeah, I've got one of those maxed out. It's quite nice. I haven't had to sell my stuff yet. That's nice. Okay, interesting. I kind of like Eye of Sin. I'm thinking of maxing one out. It could be good on Volca maybe, because she does AoE damage. It could be good on her. But then again, there are other ones that could just be just as good. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to max out a Mythic Artifact. It takes a lot of the goodies. I've had a Tumultuous one maxed out for a while. I might go for a second one like tier 2, because a tier 2 is good enough for a Dolores on GR2. And with Dolores, I actually have my second one built now, just so I can have one specifically built for GR2 run, so I don't have to swap my gear. So it's actually going to be something that I maybe aim towards. Another Astral Obelisk. Bloodbound Signet reduces max HP by 30%, increases crit damage by 20%. Yeah, not that amazing. Not that amazing. Maybe, but not really. Next 10, or last 10, should I say? It is the last 10. We only got one Lunacy Visor, but we did get 2 Frigid Flames and an Unfortunate Skull right at the end. Tome of Horror is not that. Tome of Horror, should I say, is not that great. Frigid Flame is the multi-hits, get stacked damage. And Unfortunate Skull is you get more damage, but also, or like AoE damage, should I say, but you also receive more damage. This is a good item, but I've got tons. I can just show you the ones I've got already. I'm actually surprised I could craft that much. I would have thought I would have run out of space. Actually, I guess I had a ton of space. I guess I had a ton of space. So you can see I've got a maxed out Siphon here on my Setrum. If I scroll down a little bit, we should see a second one somewhere down here. Where is it? It's just showing me all the new ones first. Yeah, there we go. There's a second one on Silas, and you can see I've got a bunch of other Siphons down here. I'm working on a second Shadow Gaze, and I think I've got a bunch of those, so I'll happily upgrade that. Let me just check. I didn't get one Tear of Twilight, and that is a shame. I've got a second Tear of Twilight, but I'd obviously like to start maxing that out. I am maxing out one of the Unfortunate Skulls, and you can see I've got quite a few. I mean, quite a few. I've got enough to max out one, for sure. And yeah, I've got nearly 2 of the Samsaras. I didn't see if I got any Samsara. I got 1, I guess. Is that it? Just that one dropped on the Samsara there, unfortunately. That's not great. And then the fighters, I only got 1 Lunacy Visor. You can see I've got 2 already, so I'll get a +1 on one of these Lunacy Visors by the looks of things. I can do that right now. Actually, I can't. But that will be a priority. Like, Lunacy Visor is the one I want to max out the most, because there are like some nice strategies with that. I'm going to sell a lot of these extras, and you can see if I go to this extra that I have here, I've got a maxed out Wailing Skull and an extra Wailing Skull. I've got 3, and that's enough to completely max out my second Wailing Skull, which is going to be nice. That's going to make a little bit of a difference for me, at least. But that's a little bit of crafting on the old artifacts. If we go to the Gear Forge Foundry, you can see I can do some crafting here as well. But I am not doing this yet, because the gear that you get out of this, you know, things like Wicked Vengeance, for whatever reason, if you get extremely lucky and get like an Ancient, the pool of stats that it's taking it from are bugged. And they've been bugged for a little while. I didn't know that when I first started pulling. I didn't get any Ancients when I first started pulling. So I've been saving for a while. I'm hoping they're going to announce that it's actually fixed, you know, sooner rather than later. Because if you get really lucky, you don't want to have terrible stats. And at the moment, it's taking it from like HP pool-based weaponry and armor and stuff like that. So like, it's basically taking it from Life Force, I think. It's not very good at all for a damage roll. A lot of the time you're getting like HP bonus and stuff like that. The best you can generally hope for is like maybe attack bonus and maybe attack speed. You're not getting any like crit rate, crit damage or anything like that. I also do have, is it in the same area? I do have one weapon to identify, but the same sort of reason, if I identify this weapon and it's one of the new sets, I'm in trouble. So I will probably do a video on this stuff when I can be happy that they've actually fixed the scenario with this situation. Like, I don't think the stats and stuff are locked in on the items. They could potentially be on this, but this other stuff in the foundry here should be completely RNG when I actually do the summon. So my other item could still be bugged regardless when I do it, this one. But hopefully not. We'll see. But I got this on my last full run of Gear Dungeon 4. So hopefully, like I say, you get something nice out of that, and I'll do a video on that in the future. But that's it for this little video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.